Hey guys, what's up? So, this weekend has been pretty lame. I'm just really going to be talking to you guys a little bit today. Unfortunately, the last of our guinea pigs, her name was Gabby. She passed away last night. She's the last of our guinea pigs. Me and my family, we've had a lot of guinea pigs in the past, but, eventually they all reach their end. And, unfortunately, Gabby was the last, and, she passed away last night in the middle of the night. And she had severe asthma throughout the majority of her life, and she lived for like 8 or 9 years. So she was a big part of our childhood, and we shared so many good memories with that little guinea pig. So it was really sad to see her go, but it's life, and we all have to go through it. And what can you do? So it was sad. It was definitely sad, very emotional. And also, what made this weekend emotional is that Ahsoka left the Jedi Order, one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. But before I give you my thoughts on that, I'm going to show you the new Iron Patriot. I am working on him. I'm starting on the back of him. And I need to know, actually, do you guys want to see this showcase like in a week or two's time? Or would you rather see it like on May 2nd and wait so when the film's excitement is at its peak, my showcase will be there to get you even more excited for the film. So I wanted to know if you guys would like to see the showcase within a week or two's time, or would you rather wait and see its awesomeness before the actual awesomeness? So leave a comment below. I really need to hear your feedback. And then the last vlog I showed you how I was working on the micro mobs for the fourth showcase. I don't know, I can't think today. And I showed you the ghast. And I started on the wolf, and the wolf, I finished his head, but I don't like the tail design, so I'm going to change that and just change it to a 1x1 flat. And then I also have painted on the collar, so it's going to be a pretty cool wolf. And then I painted Captain Sparkle's torso, and he looks pretty awesome. I think it looks exactly like Captain Sparkle's skin. And this is also a good time to make this micro mob because he just hit 3 million. So that'll be pretty cool for the showcase. And then I'm going to continue to work on 2 more micro mobs for the showcase because I have 4 mobs and then always like 1 YouTuber. So that's what I'm doing with that. And you guys seem to really like the micro mob showcase, so I'm going to keep them up for a long time. So yeah, cue the sad music. Ahsoka left the Jedi Order. Turn that up. And it was Ahsoka. She's been a main character since like 2008, and this is when the Clone Wars began. And the question always surrounded the character: what will happen to her? Why isn't she in Episode 3? And just this weekend, we found out. And spoilers, please skip ahead or click off the video if you don't want to hear them. You've been warned. Ahsoka has left the Jedi Order after being abandoned by the Jedi Council. They didn't trust her, and she was nearly executed for actions that her best friend committed. And that alone was devastating, that her best friend would do that to her. So she can't trust the Jedi Order anymore. She can't trust anyone except Anakin. And she left the Jedi Order. And it was emotional because Ahsoka, she's been in 63 out of like the 100 and something episodes that have been in the Clone Wars, and she's been fantastic in every episode. She's been a great character, a great Jedi, and just one of the best characters in all of Star Wars. And she's posed as the ultimate Padawan for Anakin, and her loss to him is going to be a good reason. It's definitely, you see, her leaving is going to be such a good turning point for the series, because now Anakin will more than likely be darker, because now, like, his last bit of light that he's had, the last bit of positive energy that he's had is now gone, because Ahsoka has left the Jedi Order after being betrayed by so many different people. So it was a really emotional episode, and all the emotion that came out of it, and the whole story arc, it was really, really sad and depressing for me to watch as a Clone Wars fan, because I've been attached to these characters for so long, and to see Anakin and Ahsoka part ways, and more than likely Ahsoka, I don't think it's the end of Ahsoka. I think we'll see her back in the series, but not as a Jedi, and I don't think we'll see her for a while, no matter what. But I remember back when I first saw the first Clone Wars trailer, and I was so excited, because the Clone Wars, I knew it was going to be great, and it has been great. It's been the best TV series I've ever seen, and you know, I've been following it ever since the start, and every episode has always been great, especially the ones with Ahsoka. And I've met Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka, twice, and she actually follows me on Twitter, which is kind of funny. But you know, the story of Star Wars is a beautiful story, and I'm really glad that Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and the rest of the crew, including the voice actors, writers, everyone else who's involved, that they're really capable of delivering a perfect piece to really send the story of Star Wars in the right direction and conclude this fantastic series. Because watching Ahsoka walk away from the Jedi Temple was one of the most sad scenes ever. And the feeling I really got from that, and I'm so glad they used it, is the atmosphere felt like the first Clone Wars film. The first Clone Wars film, it felt like exciting and everything. And in the first trailer, you actually heard the Binary Sunset soundtrack in the very first Clone Wars trailer, and then you hear the same soundtrack in the scene where Ahsoka leaves, and it kind of felt like back then it was the opening to a new chapter for Star Wars fans, and then watching Ahsoka walk away from the Jedi Order felt like the end to that chapter. And now the Clone Wars, what I really feel like is happening now is that now that Ahsoka has left the Jedi Order, I don't think that, like I said, I don't think it's the end of Ahsoka, but what I do think is that the Clone Wars will maybe have a season or two left, and that'll conclude it. Because Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order and whenever you hear the Binary Sunset theme, you know shit just got real in the Clone Wars. And you rarely hear that. And seeing the emotion in the facial expressions and the lines and the voice acting, it was the perfect way to send Ahsoka out. And I don't think it's the end of Ahsoka, but it's the end of her status as a Jedi, and that was really, really hard for a Clone Wars fan, especially myself, because I've been attached to these characters from the beginning. So that was a great finale, and once again, Clone Wars will never be the same, and now I feel like the series is going to feel colder without Ahsoka. So goodbye, Ahsoka, until we're told otherwise that she may return. So that was an emotional weekend. And then also that made it emotional is that I cracked my phone. I cracked my phone. The one I'm using now, my Droid Razr. It was in my pocket, and I leaned wrong on the chair, the armrest, and then I heard a pop. I was like, wait, there's only one thing in my pocket that can make that sound. Looked at the screen, and it has a big crack on the side of it, or on the bottom of it, where the home button and all that crap is. So, great. So, in one weekend, my final guinea pig passes away. One of my favorite Star Wars characters leaves the Jedi Order, sending Star Wars, the story of the Clone Wars, into the final, into further to Episode 3, where everything goes to hell, and my phone cracks. So, pretty lame weekend, but no matter what, it was an emotional weekend, and it was a pretty consequential weekend for the Clone Wars, and pretty sad for the loss of our guinea pig. And my phone, I don't really care. I'm probably going to get an iPhone 5 anyway, but yeah. So, pretty lame weekend, but whatever. That's about it. And Rufus, he's sleeping, but his goodbye is in spirit. And he actually just made a cameo in my new Crisis 3 showcase that I put up earlier today on Profit. And I'm glad you all are liking that, by the way. So he made a cameo in there as the Alpha Ceph, because, he's just badass enough to be the Alpha Ceph from Crisis 3. But anyway, alright, so I appreciate you guys watching and listening to what I had to say, because I've had a lot to talk about this time, not exactly a lot to show, because I'm still working on some stuff, but yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Alright, bye!